wee. What's going on here? My brothers. Don't laugh at me. I'm a woman. I always have the headband on. I've come to the conclusion that I don't need to have my hair out when it's not necessary. I have 4C hair. It needs to stay moisturized and protected. And I look gorgeous. Hoo-wee. So what's exciting? What's exciting? I discovered cumin. Cumin is good for helping my body not bloat. Oh my goodness, yesterday I had to take some painkillers because my back was aching. You know, it's that time of the month when everything goes so bad for you. For me, it's my back, my everything. But anyway, I took some painkillers that I had from my last surgery and I slept so well. I'm like, now I see why people get addicted to painkillers. Because at one point I felt like my life's ending because of the pain. And then to be able to sleep through the night. You know, I usually wake up at night because of my back pain. I see how people get addicted to sleeping, to painkillers. When you live through pain, it's not fun. Today's a beautiful day, guys. Look at how bright everything is right now. Even I feel like I'm bright. I feel bright. I feel bright. It's a bright new day and I love it. It's a bright new day. It's a bright, 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 bright new day. I'm just making up songs as I go. Because that's what crazy people like me do. We make up new songs as we go. Because it's a happy day. La 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 la. Yeah, that's what it's about. I'm praying for good, beautiful things to happen. You know, look at that. Isn't that beautiful, guys? Look at that. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. La 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 la. Nobody is here. Look at how nobody is here because it's midday. It's midday and nobody is here. Nobody is here. So I'm kind of like walking, enjoying this place. This place, beautiful. It's a nice place. I usually walk this almost every week because I just like the area. If you're coming, like. My name is Kanini. Like my videos. So I was talking about how, hi Gamet. I'm from Kenya. I live in California. So this is my walk. I love coming here. Hi El Compa. I wish you were here with me too, my darlings. That's the Pecos Highway. That bridge is highway number 1 in the US. This is where we have highway number 1. Highway number 1 all the way from Kenya. Anyway, yesterday I was having really bad back pain. I don't know about you, but I have a lot of range. You see how bendy my back is? That gives me a lot of problems when I sleep at night. I feel pain. Anyway, I was saying I do really understand how people get addicted to painkillers because I rarely sleep well when you guys must see this view. Yeah, God, look at that. Hi, you're from Arizona. I'm here in California. Hi, how's the heat in Arizona right now? Because right here it's getting hot and hot and hot. How do you live in Arizona with the heat? Like, do you stay indoors most of the times, or do you go like places like indoor activities like bowling? What do you do in the summer? Honey, I was there once and I can't forget the heat when I was driving all the way to Arizona. Get a job over here in California. Move here, baby. California is just as bad though when you go inland. And then when you come to the beach, near the beach where I live in an old house, so sometimes it gets very hot even in my house. But at least it's close to the beach. But even so, it gets hot. It really gets hot. That's why I'm like, whew, if I'm feeling this dreadful, how would Arizona be like? And then the housing near the beach is expensive. So they get you somehow. They get you somehow. This life. That's why I'm praying for good things to happen. Because they get you somehow. They get you somehow. Anyway, I was saying I understand now why some people get addicted to painkillers, because I don't really sleep well because of my back pain. And yesterday I just took some painkillers that I had left from my surgery, when I had surgery a couple, like last month. And I slept so well, and I was like, oh shoot, I slept the whole night, didn't I? I slept through the whole night, and I slept through the whole night because of those painkillers. And now I know why people get addicted to them. If you can sleep at night, how wonderful. It's very expensive. You need roommates here. You cannot obviously afford a house to live in California. Like right now, even me, I'm finding it very expensive. I just don't know where to go and what else to do, you know? You can't give me a massage. I only go to massage when it's a girl giving me a massage. Otherwise, I don't want to get a massage from these creepy people. I don't want nothing. Nothing. It's easy to get sexually assaulted when you go to places like that. I don't want nothing. I'm very serious about myself, the way I carry myself. Okay, look. So it's so windy today. Look at how breezy that tree is. I can feel the wind coming over. That's why I wore this dress, so that I can get some sun, get some vitamin D. But I wasn't expecting the wind. It's kind of refreshing. I love it. Sometimes you see it blow my hair, but today I wore this because I was like, you know what? Today, oh, I'ma protect my hair. I'm at that age in my life where I can protect my hair. Before I was like, oh, I just want my hair out, everybody to see it. These days I'm like, I have 4C here. I can cover it so that it stays moisturized and I don't have to worry about breakage or dry hair. I do. I love self-care. I mean, I teach people to love themselves and to take good care of themselves. I don't know how many times you guys watch like stories on YouTube, but I watch a lot of stories about about people on YouTube, and I have come to realize that when you don't love yourself, to take good care of yourself, you always lose. It's a losing proposition to not love yourself. Look how beautiful that is. Didn't you guys love it? Look. Okay, there. When I started here, like nobody was around. And now all of a sudden is, I don't know, people just came out of nowhere. This house busy, people are building it. It's like all of a sudden there's so many people on the park, at this park. Nobody was here when I started. Anyway, I was watching this story about this guy. He has healed. He's already healed, and he had already come to terms with his decisions and everything that he had done. He was already in terms with everything he had done. So good for him. He had already healed from his past mistakes, but he was very, very young and still living with his parents. And you know, he did not quite, and this is like when you're very young and you're living with your parents, you don't really understand the importance of loving yourself, because most of the times your parents are loving you. They're giving you a place to stay, they're giving you a roof under you, they're giving you food. Most people, when they're living with their parents, they don't actually think about why self-love is so very important. They just don't think about it. So anyway, he says that he got into a relationship with this guy. He's gay, so he got into a relationship with this guy whom he really wanted to show that he loved. You know how you sometimes are desperate when you're young? You're desperate for somebody to love you back. And he was desperate that this guy loves him. And so this guy invites him so that they can go to a hotel and they can have, relations. And this guy told him something. He told him, I'm HIV positive, but I am undetectable. Like, you can't detect the virus. And he was like, do you still want to get down with me? Now, this is what everybody who loves themselves would say, hell no. And anybody who loves themselves at that point would say, hell no. Whatever it is, like, you're undetectable, you have HIV, I'm not messing with you. Especially when you're 100% sure that your status is negative. Anybody who loves themselves would say, no. No. No thanks, I'm gonna go and stay by myself at home. Because this guy did not lie to him. He was like, oh, it's undetectable. So he started making excuses. I cannot get infected because it's undetectable. You can still get infected when it's undetectable. And even if it's undetectable, how do you know 100% that this person is undetectable? What if they are lying to you? What if they are not undetectable and they're lying to you that they are undetectable? That's why you should say no, because you should never trust people saying stuff, just especially things that can change your life forever. It's not a decision that's an emergency. You can say, get back to me after 10 years on this one. It's not, sex is never an emergency. Unless you're being assaulted, if you have to drive somewhere, go get a room, meet somebody, is not an emergency. It's never ever an emergency. So anyway, because he doesn't love himself and he wanted this person to really love him, he decided to offer himself to this person without protection. Anyway, it turns out that this guy lied to him. Not only did he have HIV, he also had syphilis and he also had gonorrhea. Yes, he lied to him. that he was HIV undetectable. He didn't tell him he had syphilis, and he didn't tell him he had gonorrhea. So they spend the weekend together, but even before they leave the hotel, which you have to go get a hotel to be with somebody, really, just know you're on the wrong track on life. Like, people don't do that. You, like, I'm okay. Look at how beautiful this is. So I already started over there. You guys know hi, how are you? Yeah. So I started over there, and now I'm kind of going this way. Anyway, long story short for me is I was like, okay, so he lied to him. And then so he started saying that even before the holiday, the weekend ended, he started feeling his body, something was wrong, because it would burn when he went to the bathroom, when he drinking water, like him meeting with water. Actually, he didn't get gonorrhea, he got syphilis, herpes, and HIV. And so he knew something was wrong. He started having breakouts, and he would hide it from his father. His father would be like, "What's wrong with you these days?" He doesn't want to talk to him. He doesn't want to share what's going on. And then he called this guy, and this guy tells him, "Well, you go get tested." And then eventually, after months, he gathers the courage to go get tested. And then he calls this guy to let him know that he tested positive for HIV, herpes, and syphilis. And this guy has blocked him.